Oh, right, yeah. July 8th.
So
July 8th, it's dropping. Who's the quarterback on it this year?
it's Kirk Cousins again, because somehow he always finds his way into these shows.
His first year in Atlanta is not something I want to watch.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss, but I get what they're trying
I
to
forgot the rest of them. I
you
saw
look
it
it up
on
real
my
quick? I kinda
Twitter.
wanna know.
Yeah. I saw it on my Twitter.
Last year was really good. Last year was what, Mahomes.
No, last year was the wide receiver one.
Oh, you're right. What am I thinking of?
That was the first season. I think,
They took
right?
it. They gave the quarterbacks a year off,
Yeah.
and then they couldn't find quarterbacks to do it.
And then found it again.
Yeah, that should be fun. HBO always gets us through this last part of the off season.
Yeah, sorry.
Pretty effectively.
Let's see right here. It's Kirk Cousins, Joe Burrow,
Yes.
and Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Burrow through the rough season last year.
Yeah.
Jared Goff through the highs and lows of
A lot
losing.
of adversity,
Yeah.
and Burrow a lot of adversity too.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Burrow to start the season.
And
People remember to start the season he couldn't pick up football.
I feel like we don't know. Yeah, I forgot about that. He wasn't throwing the ball every 2 days
I remember
back
the
to
report
back.
though he could not pick up a football.
Yeah.
Wild.
And then
do for 400,000 or 4,000 yards plus.
Goff, big season,
Yeah.
supermodel girlfriend.
Right.
That'd be fun.
Right.
Burrow, we never see Burrow like this. I want to see Burrow like kind of like as a regular person. We always see him like,
He's in a new relationship.
is he
Yeah. He's dating that one girl.
or is he?
I think it's a thing, right?
I think he's a bit of a player.
Sorry, they go out a lot. Sorry, they hang out a lot. I don't know if it's.
I don't think you're tied down Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I don't know if he's in a committed relationship, but whatever.
He's seen someone. Kirk is the opposite. Kirk is the family man.
Mm-hmm.
Born as hell.
I get why they chose Kirk though, because his first year in Atlanta,
I know,
big
there's so many
contract.
quarterbacks out there.
Well, you got to see who's going to say yes. Kirk says yes to everything.
I'll take he's all about the paycheck, man. He's
I know.
all about the money.
He has some great values, but he definitely values the money. For sure.
Don't let him fool you. Don't
Don't
let him
get it
fool you.
twisted.
He probably has a membership with Cole or like a dealership with a partnership with Kohl's.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not gonna be the Kohl's guy for no reason.
He's like the most wholesome dude, but he's somehow the darling of HBO.
Yeah, he's the guy at a party.
Him and Sydney Sweeney.
No, he's the guy at the party where you're just having a beer and then you go to the guy and then he's like, so what do you do for work? Oh, I'm do this and that. Yeah, I'm worth $1 million.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, you're wearing a regular shirt. Like the regular guy who's really rich, that's Kirk Cousins.
So I don't really get that.
No.
Like,
You ever met a guy who was like, you don't dress rich, you don't do anything. Like, I'm really
yeah.
rich. Yeah.
I'm
Like
sure he doesn't dress
like
rich.
Zuckerberg, before he became Kung Fu
He
Zuckerberg.
dresses rich now.
But he didn't used to, just T-shirt. He's the guy who just dressed normally, but he's super rich.
He looks like a guy now who's hanging, like, I made black friends.
Zuckerberg?
Yeah.
Or no, I hired a stylist. That's what happened.
Yeah, true.
He hired an image consultant.
Episode 246 today, previewing the New Orleans Saints.
Hell yeah!
We're gonna get in and out.
There's
This is,
nice.
There's some fun stuff, but this is some deep football talk here.
Yeah, we might lose you right now.
The Saints are just in a weird place. They weren't good last year. They're probably not gonna be good this next year.
But there's signs of life on the roster.
Yeah, looking at their roster, there is a couple of things where if they did ever decide to kind of rebuild here, there's some pieces.
There's some middle blocks. So there's some young pieces.
So we'll jump into that. The New Orleans Saints, episode 246. Before we get to that, if you're watching here on YouTube for the first time, welcome to the channel.
Hi.
Whether it's your first day or you're a day one follower, subscriber.
Seasoned.
Thank you for following us. Thank you for hanging out with us just for a little while to talk a little bit of football. We right now are going through every single team in the NFL, all 32, and previewing their 2025-2026 season. Coming up now in about a month and a half. I think we're around 70 days to the NFL season, I think.
Yeah. But what's nice is that there's so much football content.
Mm-hmm.
Every, like the Eagles do one, Lions do a good one. They put like their own Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
And then we have the quarterback shows, and we have actual Hard Knocks. So like, we're almost there. We're crawling there, but we're almost there to like football.
Yeah, we're in the long night where we distract ourselves with whatever has NFL shield on it.
Yeah.
And that's just fine. We all understand that. We all understand where we're coming from. And if you're looking for that, come to our channel. Every single team, you can look at your team, teams in your division, your favorite teams. I have a couple of favorite teams outside of my own favorite team, the Philadelphia Eagles, also like the Rams, also really interested in the Broncos this year, really interested in the Texans, if Stroud. We all have our teams. You can find that on our channel, a preview of that. If you're listening to the audio platform and on any of the platforms, that is Spotify, Apple, of course, any of those different platforms, thanks for joining the audio version of the podcast. And then, of course, follow us on all the socials. A lot of stuff going on and different stuff going on in every single social. Search at Benched Show for all of that. All right, 246, New Orleans Saints. Let's jump into it. 5-12 last year. That's good for third in the NFC South. Kellen Moore, new head coach. Dennis Allen gone. Derek Carr gone. So just addition by subtraction there.
All these
Derek
bland,
Carr and
all these bland things being moved around.
yeah. Yeah. They get Dennis Allen's bland ass out of there.
Here's a tan piece for a deeper tan piece.
Yeah. Kellen Moore is coming off a Super Bowl in which he outcoached the great and legendary Hall of Fame defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo. That's just the truth. And so Kellen Moore has some buzz, but he's just altogether seems like to be a very uninspiring character.
Because you're like Saquon Barkley,
Yeah.
AJ Brown, one of the best offensive lines of football, if not the best.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts.
Kind of reminds me of like Dave Canales went to Carolina, and there wasn't a lot of hype. He wasn't the sexiest name.
Yeah.
But yet, a couple years down, he's starting to get the job done there with Bryce Young and those pieces. I'm hoping that's the trajectory for Kellen Moore.
A couple years ago, he was he was a hot head coach candidate, right? Like, what was it with the Cowboys, right? Right after that, he was supposed to be a head coach, and he just didn't. And
I think he thought, and a lot of people thought he was going to be the next Cowboys head coach, but they just hung on to old boy for a while.
Big Mike,
yeah.
Shout to Big Mike.
But Kellen Moore bounced around a couple different places. OC with the Chargers and world champion Philadelphia Eagles. Now gets a head coaching gig with the New Orleans Saints. Derek Carr's gone, retired.
He seems happy.
Seems happy.
He turned away
but we might see him in the league in like 2 years.
He turned away like $31 million to be be
Yeah.
so
do you think that is a fee to leave New Orleans and restart their career in 2 years, or do you think he's actually retired?
He seems happy. I hope he's happy.
Me too.
I think he's retired. I think he's done.
You think he's come back?
Yeah, I think he does a lot of stuff off the field that's like charitable stuff, and he seems to be into that stuff. Just it was time. He went to the wrong team to end his career, so people are going to forget about his career. But solid career.
We'll talk about what the plan is at quarterback this year and going forward. But Saints last year endured a 5-12 season, inconsistent offensive, inconsistent defensively. Chris Olave hurt again, 6 games only last year. So that potential continues to tease the entire organization. He seems like a guy who can, if he got a season and a quarterback, could get it done.
Yeah, and then last year they kind of found like a couple other players on that roster. But yeah, Olave, we've always wondered like if you got him a quarterback, if things were to go the right way, could he be like a one of the upper echelon wide receivers? But last year, because of concussions, and then immediately after he got concussed, all the Saints players went after Derek Carr.
Oh yeah,
that something was weird going on there, but still, it's that one sucks.
On the other side of the ball, 30th out of 32 teams in total defense.
Nice.
Allowed 380 yards per game. That is fantastic for
fantasy football. It's in a dome too.
Run defense was awful, near the bottom of the league. Cam Jordan, DeMario Davis, they seem steady still, but still steady. They're old, but they're still steady players. But that's kind of the lone bright spots, like just these veterans trying to hold it down. They move on from Marshawn Lattimore. There are a lot going on with this Saints team, and yet just not very good. But if you do remember, started the season 5-0.
Yeah, they had the was it 5-0? They had the incredible, I think, 2-week start where they outscored everybody.
Yep.
But now Clint Kubiak, former OC, is now the OC for the Seattle Seahawks. Mm-hmm. He's gone because obviously Kellen Moore is the offensive guy. So you're wondering if that was a fluke. If not, it doesn't matter because it was inconsistent anyway.
Let's look at some key additions here in the offseason. They bring in Justin Reed because he doesn't fit their timeline. I don't understand Justin Reed. We were joking about it before the show. Like, how does he fit in with the Saints moving forward?
He's very excited about playing next to Tyrann Mathieu.
I think he's just a
he's solid.
Yeah, he's just a solid vet that you would normally see on a better team.
Yeah, if like the Chargers signed him or something.
Yeah, but
a team
that has
whatever,
so many holes. I mean, but a lot of guys do this just to have a competent team, just to have a winning culture. They try to raise the floor of their team.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of it. It's fine. I mean,
it's fine.
He's not a needle.
He probably got paid by them too.
They kept Chase Young, signed him to a long-term deal. I kind of like that.
He rebuilt his career there, so just keep the vibes going.
And he seems like he seems happy there. He seems successful there.
Yeah.
And he's young enough to where he'll be around a couple of years.
25, 26 years old. Yeah, he's not old.
Good for you, Chase Young. They bring back Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks in the league.
Why not?
I had to triple check that to make sure this.
It's completely correct.
It's true. Brandon Cooks is in the NFL still, and he plays for the Saints again.
Yeah, drafted by the Saints.
He started with the Saints.
Yeah, but okay, so this is a nice little
second stint there. Comes back an older man.
Yeah, an older man,
hardened from years in Dallas.
Of underappreciated player too.
Yeah, Brandon Cooks. I just remember him getting knocked out in the Super Bowl
Malcolm
by Malcolm Jenkins.
Incredible. So it's still burned in my head, that whole thing.
Their draft was pretty memorable. They drafted Kelvin Banks, tackle. I think a smart move. I think one of the things you can be excited about in New Orleans is the offensive line and what they have going on there.
We'll talk about that later.
Fuaga last year, Banks this year.
Can't wait for that.
Tyler Shuck, or however you say his name. He's older than I think he's the same draft class as Trevor Lawrence. Like he's Trevor Lawrence's age.
All the same class going into college?
Yeah.
Jesus.
He's literally Trevor Lawrence's peer. So not young, but I mean, you could imagine him coming in and looking competent quickly.
Can you?
Yeah. I mean, he was good in college. He's older now. He's basically he's a vet, coming in. Like he has to get used to the league, but I could see him coming in and being like a decent backup right away, like that kind of skill level. Like a what's a good comp for him? Like a
Gardner Minshew?
Like a Russell Wilson.
Oh.
Gardner Minshew. Yeah, those kind of guys. They're like
in between.
You're not a starter really, but you're okay. Like you belong in the league for sure, and you'll be in the league for a while.
This is a team I thought would be in the running for Shedeur Sanders, but
they passed on him several times.
Lots
of most of the league. Yeah. Key departure. We talk about Derek Carr, Will Harris, Paulson Adebo is a big one.
Yep.
Gets over to the Giants. Nice young cornerback. Probably could have kept him, especially with the loss of Lattimore as well. Jamal Williams got released.
He's done.
Yep. MVS,
fun character, though.
MVS let go as well. He wasn't retained. And then Marshawn Lattimore traded actually during the last season. A couple quick interesting stats here about the additions and subtractions. Chase Young, 21 sacks over the last 3 seasons. So, like you said, slowly kind of rebuilding his name here. Not the elite guy that he was year 1, right?
Year 1, year 2, those early
awesome.
Washington football team.
Force. What happened to him?
That whole team fell apart. The whole D-line fell apart.
The Redskins happened to him.
The Redskins happened to him.
Yeah. Justin Reed, 5 interceptions for the Texans last year. So he's, like we said,
solid.
Good, not great.
Good.
Cooks, 5 straight seasons with 600 receiving yards. Good, not great. Is Cooks the offensive version of Justin Reed?
He's the offensive version of Andre Iguodala. Like I'm a good.
What the hell?
I'm a good character guy.
That was a yes or no question.
What'd you say?
Bring Andre Iguodala. What you say? That's the problem here.
No, I'm saying
is he the offensive version of
Will Harris?
Justin Reed.
No, Reed's better.
Did you really not hear me say that?
Reed can still contribute at a high level. Cooks, I don't know if he's good.
600 yards in the last 5 seasons. I think 600 yards in 5 seasons straight is comparable to what Justin Reed has done.
But they have like wideouts that would don't take away from like Olave and like
Iguodala
and like Shaheed.
Yeah, they're good.
Shaheed's a legit player.
Both. I mean, who plays more?
Who between Shaheed and Cooks?
Does Cooks play more games than the other 2 combined?
He probably will because he's such an Iron Man.
Jeez. Kelvin Banks only allowed 3 sacks in 1,000 snaps at Texas. That's awesome.
I think his bad game was against Georgia, but those guys were first-round picks on that.
A lot
team.
of people have bad games against Georgia.
What they say?
You look there at the front 7, the depth chart. Any names stick out to you? I know one, but I'll kind of wait for you to take a look first. I can start. Want me to start?
Yeah.
Kool-Aid McKinstry. I think it's a big year for him. He had a nice rookie season, and I think now after Marshawn Lattimore's gone, he's the guy. And I liked him coming out of Alabama, and I think he's a big physical cornerback that's going to step into that CB1 role and hopefully take it.
You know what sucks? His sex appeal's down. Number 14 as a cornerback sucks.
His sex appeal.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Not
is he 14?
Pleasing really? To the eye. Yeah, 14. Yeah, that's a weird one.
That's no good.
I mean, I guess we got to talk about but Chase Young's. I think Chase. That's a nice.
Let's look at bright spots on the defense here.
Yeah,
right? Chase Young
for sure. Kool-Aid McKinstry for sure.
I don't know why Talisi Falaga is there. My bad. But yeah, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Chase Young,
Pete Warner's still there.
I guess Matthew and Reed are fine. You know,
they have like solid guys everywhere.
Pete Warner's nice. I like Pete Warner.
Yeah. And then Demario Davis is still there.
Who's their DC? Do you know? Sorry, I'm gonna put you on the spot. I don't know either.
No, not 0% chance I would know that one.
You think this is a top 15 defense, like top half or bottom half?
Brian Brazil too had a nice season last year too. Yeah. Top 20. I'm not sure.
Okay, so just outside the top 15.
They'll be decent.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, they there's worse defenses in the league for sure. Like they have guys everywhere that can kind of fit places.
Any young guys here? Who would you like? Okay, these are guys we're building around going forward
on defense.
Yeah,
tough. We don't know, but Kool-Aid, I'd put serious stock into him.
Yeah,
Like let's try to make him into the Latimer replacement.
Is Chase Young still in that role?
He's kind of like a middling piece.
Yeah.
He's irrelevant. He's young enough to give you like a future, but old enough to be like not too much of a future.
Right.
No, they're a weird
Cam
defense.
Jordan's obviously on his way out.
Yeah.
Justin Reed and Matthew, I doubt, are playing 3 more years, right?
Yeah. It's crazy that Tyrann Matthew's still in the league.
Wild.
He feels like he's from a different era of football.
Saints ranked 30th in total defense, like I said, allowing 380 per game. Run defense, bottom 5. I don't know. Those are the bright spots. I'm trying to spin some positivity out of this defense. They're probably not going to be very good.
They're in a transition phase. Yeah. You can see the youth coming in, and the veteran presence leaving. They're in a weird stage. New head coach, new GM, not new GM. New head coach, a couple new guys from last year, first year, second year players are going to elevate their level. But they're in a weird year.
I'll tell you what though, if McKinstry hits. And I think he's already hit. I think he's already a good cornerback. If he hits as a true CB1, I think you could say the secondary is a strength. I think that's
it's probably their strongest unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I'm not sure that the pass rush is going to get home with Chase Young and Cam Jordan, but
Carl Granderson's pretty good too. Yeah. Like he's a solid piece.
I think we did a good job.
They have solid pieces there.
We tried really hard and we did a good job.
They're about as C+ as you can get.
Let's move over to the offense. A little more. Yeah.
This is a little more fun.
Of course, at quarterback, you got Spencer Rattler and Tyler Show in
out the gate. Who you
in-house?
Who you going with? Oh, God. Rattler, baby, rattlesnake.
No, you saw Rattler. Rattler is to me like on the fast track to the Tommy DeVito plan. Like I don't know if he's really very good.
He'd sell more tickets.
Yeah, he's more of like a sideshow. Like, hey, come see our,
the bearded lady.
Yeah, exactly, exactly what I was thinking.
Take a look at this.
Like nice little sideshow. Yeah, stop there. Stop.
I stopped.
Okay, but Tyler Sugar, I think you need to give him. I need to see what you got there. Mostly because he's going to be 30 very, very soon.
Can't worry about that second contract.
You really got to see if he's your guy like very quickly because he's going to be one of the older backup quarterbacks very soon here.
There's a million quarterbacks in this draft. They just got the oldest one.
Yeah, I mean, so I think week 1 starter. Why not? Let's see if he can do it.
It's a true competition, though.
You could always fall back on Rattler later.
Yeah,
I feel like Rattler's not the guy for the future.
Yeah, he reminds you of like when we were trying to convince ourselves that Davis Mills was good enough,
Davis
or like
Mills,
Mike Glennon. Remember that bug? Like the guy's like, oh, he could be fine. Like we kind of already seen it.
Yeah,
let's go see what Tyler Shoe can do. If not, Rattler's show.
Alvin Kamara is still back there. A lot of miles on my boy.
You know he's never ran for 1,000 yards.
That's crazy.
And he's like
his strength is he does everything.
He's like a Hall of Fame running back. Yeah. He never ran for 1,000 yards.
Yeah, well, he's in that generation of running backs that came in, the LaDainian Tomlinson, the guys who do it all.
Yeah,
great receivers, great running back. Alvin Kamara is still really good.
They have a ton of running backs there too.
It's he's for sure in the Saints Ring of Honor or whatever, right?
He's he's playing with a bunch of him and Cam Jordan, probably the top tier of these Saints guys.
He's gonna probably finish his year. He's a career with the Saints. Hopefully, I don't want to see him on another team now.
Yeah, and also he's still number 41. He made
41 cool.
41,
and
that
he
number
made it cool.
That number fucking sucks, and he made it.
Obviously, you haven't Kamara. Yeah. We overlooked you. We overlooked you because you play for the Saints, and the Saints.
Kamara is so good.
Rashid Shaheed, Brandon Cooks, and who am I missing here?
Olave.
Yeah. And Olave, the wide receivers out there. If that trio is healthy, it's a good trio. It's a very good trio.
They're fast. They can go down the field. Yeah. They're explosive.
There's some good diversity there.
And if you have a quarterback who can't do much, like, hey, give these to these guys who are pretty good athletes. Just give them the ball. Let's see what happens. Shaheed was just a return man. Last year, he proved that he could do more.
Yeah.
Him
and Derek Carr kind of thing. So I want to see if he can do it with someone else.
Yeah. But Shaheed and Olave, not a bad one too.
Olave just can't stay healthy, and he has some very serious
concussion. Like you wonder if the next concussion is his last game playing.
Like Tua Tagovailoa type stuff.
He plays a lot more. He plays in a position where he's a lot more susceptible to being hit.
I think they got to figure that out soon and cut bait. As hardcore and savage it sounds, you can't keep like, well, is he gonna play another couple years? Like look at the Dolphins are doing. They're kind of like,
it'd be good if like they made like
game to game.
If he balled out and then the deadline traded him.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine we get Olave at a deadline. You can get
having a nice year.
You can get a first round. Well, yeah, you can get a first round
You're
pick.
not getting a first round pick for Olave.
You don't think the Packers, if they're in a playoff run, like let's go get Chris Olave, or
How
like
well is he doing? Is he like
or like the Bills, like Broncos, Sean Payton,
I think just because of his injury history, you're not getting a first.
or second. Either way, you can get him for a nice if you want to get off of it.
Yeah, I'm
next
trying to
year.
get some comps here. What did guys recently go for?
Who got
It's
traded?
always weird. I mean, so Jahan Dotson went for a third.
DK got a second. Dotson for a third.
I don't know. What's his name? Jonathan Mingo went for a fourth.
Probably a third then. We'll just call it a third.
Yeah, second, third, somewhere in there. Maybe
But-
a conditional third.
If he stays healthy.
If he stays healthy, it turns to a second.
It'd be nice.
There it
And then they can just redo it.
The O line is fun.
I like the O-line.
Yeah,
It's
Talisi Fuaga last year.
it's weird that a bad team's sexiest part is their O-line.
Well, because it was so bad for so long,
And they just first
just
round
kept
picks.
throwing first round picks at it, and so now they have bookend tackles. If Kelvin Banks is the guy, it changes things for this team because then they have a real strength, like of a unit, and it's an O line which could cover a lot of issues.
And then Kellen Moore obviously just came from a team that emphasized good O-line, so he kind of brought that to this Saints team.
And then moving over to the interior with Cesar Ruiz, Trevor Penning, and who am I missing here at center?
McCoy.
Yeah,
Eric McCoy. Very underrated center.
Yeah, nice interior there.
That's an athletic unit that's pretty much signed up. Ruiz signed 2 years ago. So did McCoy. So they're locked. Those like the veterans, but they're not even old, like 26, 25. Then you have the 2 first-round tackles from this year and last year. This is good. This is by far their best unit because as far as like the future, like this can age well too.
Yeah, you see a path to this being a good offense next year, but just the reason I wouldn't bet that they would actually happen is just so many things have to go right. Olave has to stay healthy. Kellen Moore has to be a good head coach.
And then the quarterback.
Kelvin Banks needs to actually be good. They have one of the quarterbacks needs to be competent.
Yeah,
Kamara at 30 needs to carry that kind of load again.
Yeah,
There's too many questions.
there's a lot of, and then they still have Taysom Hill out there doing his thing.
He's hurt. He's not going to start the season.
Oh God,
Yeah,
poor guy.
I always know about Taysom Hill. I don't know why.
He's Taysom Hill is just
He's one of my favorite players ever.
he's what Tim Tebow could have been if he had an ego. I said it.
I don't know why you say that.
Tebow had
That's
an
not
ego.
True.
Tebow
I think
had
that's an insult to Taysom Hill.
It's nice. It's not. What's a compliment? Taysom Hill.
It's an insult. He's so much more skilled than Tebow.
That's true.
Have you ever seen Tebow run a route or make a block? You remember that one where he tried to make a block and just got destroyed?
Dude,
Those muscles are fake.
Taysom Hill literally, he does the gym muscles. Taysom Hill literally does kickoff team, punt return team.
He's really about it.
He's about the game. He's
Yeah.
about ball.
Listen, you run into 2 different guys at the gym. You run into the guy who looks like Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
The cutoff shirt,
Really,
you know, probably sponsored,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
And then you run into the guy who, one time he had to go in his jeans because he left the farm.
And if he comes, it's like in like a nasty ass hoodie.
It is
You
what
don't
it is.
even see anything.
Is what he is. He never wore that little belt around his back to do squats.
Fuck it.
Nope.
No, my back's strong enough, bitch.
Nope.
Country strong.
Tebow had a branded.
Tebow.
He sold advertising on the back of the
Tebow
belt.
had it. He had to do doing the what's it called?
The prayer thing.
There was a name for it.
I don't remember what it is. I don't remember there was though. I remember it was a thing.
It was a thing too. It was a big
everywhere.
thing. That was the Broncos.
Like every guy in the league prays before and after games. With Tebow.
There was Tebow wasn't. He was such an enigma.
He did make a spectacle out of it.
Hey, once upon a time he beat the Steelers in the playoffs.
Shout out DT.
Yeah, TT. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, way out there.
Taysom Hill, Tebow. talk.
Gets the blood going, man.
Let's,
Taysom Hill.
Okay, so X factors here. Olave's health and availability for sure.
Yes.
Olave full healthy season with competent Tyler Show. What are his numbers?
Touchdowns maybe 5. Not a lot of touchdowns going around.
But like 1,400 yards.
I'll say
13?
11 to 12.
11.
That's gonna be hard to get numbers out of that. I
So
don't
like
think
a Terry McLaurin Jaden Daniels season?
yes. I don't think they're not scoring a lot, but he's gonna have good because he's a good wideout when he's healthy.
Who's the quarterback here in week 15?
Radler.
Yeah.
How much?
So Tyler Show has just flamed out.
I want Rattler, baby. I want the gun show.
Yep. Yep. Over under 12 combined sacks from Cam Jordan and Chase Young.
We'll go over
Because that's where it's going to have to come from.
that's over. Carl Granderson, he's not bad. He's not a sack guy, but he's not bad.
Carl Granderson guy, huh?
Yeah.
Olave, that's what they have here, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's
I'd say below 8 touchdowns. I think
Yeah,
you're right.
4 or 5. It's not gonna be a lot.
Top 5 in takeaways?
No.
Hell no.
No. No.
Hell no. All right, let's get to the schedule real quick. I'll give it to you, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't we keep score?
Yeah, I have a pen. Actually, look at this.
Let me see. Holy shit, man.
We keep screwing this up.
We're moving up.
We keep screwing this up.
We got paper.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I put
All right.
Here we go. Week 1. Saints Cardinals. Okay, let's be honest here. We're trying to find some wins. We're trying to find some wins here.
Nah, week 1.
Okay, Saints. They're hosting the Cardinals.
What? Yeah, sorry. Oh, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Yeah. Oh, what?
Just do wins, losses,
Yeah.
and put. God damn. Then they're gonna host the Niners.
Loss.
Okay, 0-2. They travel to Seattle.
Doing this so wrong. You sneak a win in there, right?
I mean, it's your list, but I think it's weird. Yeah.
Nah, 0-3.
Aren't the Seahawks better than the Cardinals and the 49ers?
They suck. Saints suck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
After they travel to Seattle, they travel to Buffalo.
And that's not the biggest trap game of your life.
They're not gonna lose that game. Stop it.
Listen.
Don't just try to do funny stuff. Like, do it actually for real.
0-4. They're 0-4.
Here you go, though.
They're well on their way to top 5 pick.
If you're a Saints fan, fight for this next ticket. Giants at home.
Hell yeah, that's a fucking win.
That's the one.
That's honestly
Tyler Show, at least 200 yards.
Tyler Show, Russell Wilson. Let's give it to me.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
1-4. They're on the board.
Mm-hmm. Hosting the Patriots.
Vrabel's not gonna let them get past midfield.
That's a loss.
They're gonna be. That's a tough loss. Literally.
At Chicago.
That's a loss.
That's a loss. Come on.
Yeah.
Hosting the Bucks.
I'm trying to give them wins. Here we go. Divisional. No, this is the loss.
That's true.
But it's divisional.
That's true.
Yeah. This is.
That division plays each other well.
They might split the series. I'll give the first win to Tampa.
Weirdest division ever, man. They could, like, a team could totally suck and yet play like the leader of the division, and all of a sudden,
Because Saints play them all well.
weird.
Yeah. They're 1-7.
Okay. That's the Bucks. Okay. Travel to LA to play the Rams.
It's a loss.
Okay. Go to Carolina.
They're 1-8. This is a win. Okay. I'm gonna have them split. Their last splits here. I'm trying to find them wins here.
I like that. Going into their bye, they're coming off their second win against Carolina.
They're feeling good.
Yeah, nice. Then they go to they host Penix, Bijan, Drake London, and the Falcons.
They all play so well. Fuck it.
Split the whole division.
Another win.
Yeah. Well,
3-8. We are on our way up, folks.
listen, they might go on a run here. They go to Miami. This might be their one road.
What state of Miami?
Yeah.
What state is Miami in? This is what week what?
This week 13.
What state are they in?
Yeah, mark it down.
That's
Give it to 'em.
That's 3 in a row.
That might be their only road win, by the way.
They're on their way up.
Yep.
They shouldn't be winning,
Road
but they're on the way
dogs.
up.
At Tampa Bay.
They lost the first one. No, I can't have them split. They're gonna lose 4-9.
Hosting the Panthers.
They won the first one. They lose this one, so 4-10.
Okay, so they each win on the road.
Yeah.
Hosting the Jets.
I'll give them a win. We don't know what the fuck the Jets are.
Sure. We're very different on the Jets. We need to talk about. We'll get to them eventually.
No, the Jets will be fine, but I think
You just picked them to lose to the Saints. but it's fine. It's your list. At Tennessee.
Tennessee. Duncan.
Cam Ward. I heard he's meeting with his wide receivers at 5 a.m. So they're probably nice and pissed.
We're nice and tired.
We could have done this at 7.
Bro, why are we up so early?
Yep.
I want to give him a win, but I don't want to give him 6 wins.
Can you just call the game and not like... God, this is why you can't do this.
You know what? Fuck it. They're losing that one. Cam Ward's be fine.
And then finishing the season at Atlanta to play the Falcons.
They'll lose that one.
Yeah.
They're 5-12.
5-12.
What did they get last year?
5-12.
Well, they have a quarterback. The quarterback the quarterback hasn't improved, so the team hasn't improved. That's the problem with this team.
Here's the thing, though. If you're at 5-12,
and I was generous with that with those 5 wins.
Yeah, you were very generous.
Yeah.
If you're at 5-12, though, that means you're pretty bad to the end of the season. You got to start dropping games about week 12.
Like that. Yeah.
Start losing games because Archie Manning's right there.
That Titans game. Mm-hmm. Pull back a little bit.
Yep.
The week 18 against Tampa Bay, right?
Yep.
Don't play nobody.
Kamara, shoulder stiffness.
Kamara, yeah, back
Chase Young,
back tightness.
back pain.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Undisclosed illness.
I was about to say, never mind. It's like mental health day for the defense.
That's fine.
Because they're going to suck.
Yep.
Cool McKinstry just gone.
Moral of the story, before we get too far off on that road, that rabbit trail. Moral of the story, you're going to want to drop some games at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Tank a little bit. I'll say the T word.
They're
Tank.
probably, I want to see the odds. They probably are the most likely team, not saying they will, to go over this year.
Yes.
I'm saying, like, they don't
For
really,
sure.
They're the most likely.
Because they gave some Panthers wins there. The Panthers look
Panthers are on the way up.
pretty good.
Tampa's Tampa.
Tampa's Tampa. Atlanta could be the best team in the division. Now they have 2 pass rushers.
Yeah. And it's going to be.
And who's the other? Who are we missing here?
Well,
Bucks,
Saints, Panthers.
Bucks, Panthers, and Falcons.
Oh, yeah. But
Yeah.
but they're playing the Giants and they're playing the Titans. So those are games
those are
that
guys.
they could win those ones. Those are flippable.
Damn, they might go winless here.
Yeah, there's a scenario where they go winless.
What if Tyler Shough is not any good? Spencer Rattler's your starter all year. Olave's out again. Shaheed is coming off not a major injury, but an injury.
He's major.
I think he broke his leg or something like that.
Yeah.
Kamara's 30 years old plus. He's like, F this. I'm not taking.
Demar Davis is old.
I'm not taking 300 carries in this season. Demar Davis and Cam Jordan start to.
Tyrann Mathieu.
Hell, Justin Reed.
Listen, if you're a Saints fan, just realize this is how you start a rebuild. You gotta start drafting well.
This is how you force a team into a rebuild.
Yeah, you be really bad, and you draft well. In the last 2 years, Fuaga has been nice. Banks hopefully is nice. Cooley McKinstry. Olave technically is one of your young guys still, but you don't know. But like they have a nice influx of talent of youth, but they will never do it. Just buy in to just selling out that we're gonna suck. Get rid of the bad contracts. Eat a year of bad salary. The Broncos last year ate $70-something million for Russell Wilson because they knew we got to get out of this business. Get out of the business where you're signing Justin Reed to fucking huge contracts. That's not where you should be right now.
I think you're overreacting to that contract. He didn't get. It's not massive.
What was it like? Well, he shouldn't have been on that
You
team.
just compared the Russell Reed contract and the Russell Wilson contract. Or Justin Reed.
Either way,
I know what you mean, though. You're right. Smart money.
You shouldn't be spending your money on stuff you shouldn't have to spend money on.
I think we did a good job with the Saints. We did. That's all that can be expected of us.
Listen.
We worked our ass
when
off.
we say scraping, for Saints. Good luck. Just saying that
For all our Saints fans out there,
the Aints might be back. This might be the 0-16.
bags over the head next year.
Yeah. By week what? 3, 4? I mean, I have them going 0-4 starting out.
Could be.
Aints back. They have. They have.
NFL's not going to let them sniff primetime.
No, get the fuck out of here.
Ooh.
No, you're playing 10 a.m. every week.
Ooh, yeah. Every week.
Only available on Sunday Ticket.
They're probably sending them over the pond a couple times too, right?
Get the fuck over there, dude.
Yeah.
I want to watch you 6:30.
Yeah.
No, we don't want that. No, those are good games now.
If they had a game in Iran, they'd be the one to go.
Yeah.
Send the Saints out there. Don't worry. The ceasefire is totally bulletproof.
Yeah, they just leveled out some ground so they could build a new stadium. That's why they leveled the ground out.
It's recent construction over there.
Listen.
All right, that's our show today. Episode
Trump's a Saints fan.
246. New Orleans Saints preview. Sorry, we went through rails there for a little bit. But download BETR Picks. Use our code BNCHD. Not only to support the show, but also free $10 upon registration. No deposit required.
Hey, that's fun.
So you can use that. Baseball pretty much is going to hold you afloat nowadays.
Baseball.
Hockey's over. Basketball's over.
Yeah.
Football's yet to come.
Baseball.
So, hope you're a baseball fan.
I feel like there's another sport out there that we're not. Soccer's out there. You go.
Caitlin Clark. Go put her on Caitlin.
Go Caitlin Clark and bet against Angel Reese.
Yep. So sign up for BETR Picks. Use our code BNCHD and get that free $10. Also, they will match up $25 of your initial deposit. So put in $25 just like that. You are playing with $60. It's a lot of fun.
Next step.
Turn that into $1 million.
Give it to us.
Say thank you. Send us a tweet.
Yep.
All right. That's all we got today. See ya. Peace. Bye.